Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com, Phil's Gang Radio Show. You know, we just went through a 1,900-point stock market drop, fastest drop ever in 2 days. Most of you panicked. At Phil's Gang, we didn't look at it as a crash. We looked at it as an opportunity because we were short. Why? Because I was able to teach my students how to read a chart so in advance they would know that the market was going to go down. It's all about learning. It's always amazed me. Our whole life, someone teaches us to play baseball, someone teaches us to ski, someone teaches us how to drive a car. But there's nobody there to teach you how to invest in a stock. And that's where I come in. I think I have the best teaching format in the country. Check it out. It's philsgang.com. So you'll be so comfortable. You don't care if the market's going down or the market's going up. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. What is Phil's Gang? Phil'sGang.com is a subscription website service that host Phil Grande has been teaching and providing daily stock investment recommendations for over 15 years, all in the name of making its customers educated investors and helping the kids at St. Jude's Children's Hospital. If you want to take charge of your financial future, then do not wait any longer. For only $49.95, become a Phil's Gang member today. Go to Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
From the perspective of the U.S. economy, I think we've seen continuing signs of strength.
Continuing signs of strength? What are you, nuts? Household spending dropped to its lowest level since 2008. Retail sales dropped to its lowest level in 9 years. Wages to its lowest level in 30 years. Disposable income to its lowest level in 40 years. Home ownership to its lowest level in 30 years. What's he talking about? That's Jack Lew, our Treasury Secretary. We can't trust anything that comes out of Washington or Wall Street. And that's why I want you to join Phil's Gang. My name is Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Look, the reason you stay away from the stock market because you're fearful, because no one has taught you how to invest. You go to school to learn how to do math. You go to school to learn how to drive. Why don't you go to school to learn how to invest using charts? Join my gang, philsgang.com, the best teaching format in the country when it comes to stocks.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, everybody, the hot stocks Apple or Google, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What people don't understand is every stock is the same. If the institutions buy it, it goes up. If they don't, it goes down. It doesn't matter the name. That's why we use charts to identify money in, money out. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything will be taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Our economy has been moving.
Yeah, in the wrong direction. This is the same guy that told us we could keep our doctor and we could keep our health insurance. Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Look, I have the best teaching format in the country when it comes to learning how to invest in stocks. People will tell you that. Look, we can't listen to Wall Street. We can't listen to our government. We listen to our charts. That's why you join philsgang.com. Food stamps have exceeded 45 million for 50 straight months. And he's telling us things are good. What are you, nuts?
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Middle-class economics works.
Works? Where? Show me where it works. You tell us the unemployment rate is 5.1%, and you only get to 5.1% by making sure people don't have a job. Think of August. August, the unemployment rate went down to 5.1% because 200,000 people couldn't find a job. If they found a job, our unemployment rate would be at 10%. Isn't this amazing? Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Aren't you sick of this stuff? Aren't you sick of these politicians? They keep lying to us. You know, Wall Street does too. And how many times have you said, boy, I hate Wall Street. I hate the stock market. But that's the best place in the world to make money. But you need a lesson. You need a lesson on how to invest. That's where I come in. Join my gang, philsgang.com. It's the best teaching format in the country when you want to learn how to invest in stocks. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. Remember, on May 29th and July 28th, I said to short the market. The market was going to experience a correction. How did I know? My PT2. Check it out. This is not a crash for us. We're experiencing a correction because we are now making money on our stocks because we're shorting it. Using our PT2 identified for us when they were pulling their money out, both in May and July, and we were right there to pull our money out too. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Folks want to pop off and have opinions about what they think they would do. Present a specific plan.
This is the symptom. This is the result of a failed policy by the President of the United States, who again doubled down on a failed non-existent strategy yesterday and then took time out to take shots at people like us saying we want to pop off and other comments like that, which are very unpresidential to start with. But second of all, we do have a plan, and we've had a plan, and we have said that that plan will work, and people on the level of General David Petraeus, General Keane, other very respected people have also said the same thing.
And then it was amazing on these morning shows, especially the liberal morning shows, like Joe in the Morning. Mika Brzezinski starts arguing about with Peter King, who's a member of the a representative. That's King, and he's a member of the Homeland Security Committee and he's also a chairman of the subcommittee on counterterrorism and intelligence. Now, you would think Peter King would know what's going on. I mean, if he's a member of Homeland Security Committee and he chairs the subcommittee on counterterrorism and intelligence, and he serves on a financial service committee, my God, you would think, hey, this guy pretty smart. And he was talking about how they've got to stop letting these refugees from Syria come to America, how dangerous it is. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing from this Mika Brzezinski. I mean, she's just a dope. She don't get it. Listen to this exchange. I mean, how stupid could she be? This is incredible.
We'll start, I guess, with the refugees and your concerns about Syrian refugees specifically coming here.
Yeah, I'm extremely concerned because what the president is telling us is not true. We cannot vet the refugees from Syria. There are no databases to work against. There are no government records. And when I talk to people involved in the vetting, they have no confidence at all in the people that are being allowed in. There's no way. People talk about thorough vetting. There is no vetting as a practical matter. That is the reality.
Hold on a second. There is vetting. There are face-to-face interviews. There's health screenings. Often it takes 2 years for a family to get here.
You are entirely wrong. You are
actually,
wrong.
sir, I think you're wrong.
No, I met with the people doing the interviews. I'm talking to the people involved in the highest level of government. They tell us that they have no confidence at all. This is not proper vetting. I'm telling you that.
But the vetting is happening, whether you like it or not.
It's not a real vetting. You can't vet if you have nothing to base it against. You are wrong, Mika. You have one.
She's dead wrong. I mean, but here's the nerve. Who is she? First of all, she goes to Williams College, Massachusetts, Western Mass, very liberal campus. Her father was a security advisor to, of course, to Carter, Jimmy Carter. He had a tremendous amount of contacts, and he got her a job hosting the CBS weekend show, news shows. And then she just kind of grew from there. And then she landed this gig on Fox. I mean, that's it. I mean, go look at her background. Nothing outstanding. This guy, so she goes to MSNBC. I'm sorry, she goes to MSNBC. She's going to argue with this national, with someone who's the head of Homeland Security or is the member of the Homeland Security Committee. It's just mind-boggling. These people, just mind-boggling. I just don't get it. Here's a good quote yesterday on Krautheimer. I liked what he had to say.
Aside from all the things he said that are sort of literally unbelievable, strategy is working. The whole world knows that's not true. That he said on Friday that ISIS is not growing in strength. Of course it is. Even his own Dianne Feinstein says we are not winning this. In fact, they are expanding.
I've never been more concerned. I read the intelligence faithfully. ISIL is not contained. ISIL is expanding. They've just put out a video saying it is their intent to attack this country. They are on a march, and it's important to recognize this and prepare to deal with it with action.
So, at least she's got it, but I don't know. It's just crazy. So what's going on with the market? Well, when they started to bomb the French, they finally started to bomb the oil wells. We talked about the oil yesterday. That they make something like $50 million a month selling oil in the black market, and I don't understand for the life of me why we haven't been taking those oil refiners and oil wells out years ago. $50 million a month. You cut that off. You cut their supply of money off. And you cut off the bullets. You cut off the knives that they behead people with. They can't pay their terrorists. I don't understand why it took so long. The incompetence is incredible, I guess. It's just incredible. So I don't know. I just can't. I was just flipping by the channels. I don't even know why I got on that channel this morning, MSNBC, to listen to her. I mean, she's such a dope. Such a dope. So we got a serious situation. It's costing us a lot of money. They're now talking about attacking here in the U.S. So what does this all have to do with the stock market? Because that's what we're concerned about. Well, it was interesting. Yesterday, the stock market started to go up because of oil. You'll think, wow, they're taking out the oil. Oil price got to go up. That lasted one day. One day. That's right, just one day. So the market's in the hole again today. It was up 100 points. Now it's down 13 points. The market's having a hell of a time. The market has been in a position, going sideways for so long now because it just can't make new highs. It's having trouble making new highs. They're trying to do everything they can to touch the highs of May, and they just can't do it. They're really struggling. So they finally hit, I think it was last week, they're trying to go to that 2,133. They got within 1% of it. Now it's pulled back, and now again we're just going sideways. So what's the problem? The problem they're having is that they know if they raise rates, we're coming right around the corner, if they raise rates, then the dollar's going to get stronger than it is now. Because when you raise rates, inflation goes down, dollar gets stronger. That means more and more problems for the S&P 500 companies. That's a big headwind for their earnings. Their earnings are going to drop. Their stock prices are going to drop. Right now, what's saving them, every time the earnings drop, the stock prices drop, they run in, give them all kinds of money, print money, give it to them for nothing so they can buy their own shares to push their stock prices right back up again. They do this every day. You'll notice that every day. The stock prices come out, they go right back up again. If they, in the next few weeks, as we get into December, raise rates, this could take the market down. Because companies won't be borrowing money anymore free. So they're not going to be borrowing money to buy their own shares, to push their earnings up, to push the stock price up. So we could have quite a pullback in this market. We'll talk more about the pullback in this market when we return. 15 past the hour on Phil's Gate. Join my gang right now.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, on May 29th, I warned that a stock market crash was coming. I also warned in July. Both times, I was watching my technology, my PT2 chart, and it turned from green to red. Both in May and July, we had substantial warnings. We saw the industrials fall. We saw that the market, the Chinese market was falling, was getting worse. Oil was falling. Copper was falling. Everything was falling. But again, CNBC was telling you, hey, things are cheap, diversify, everything's wonderful. But my chart was giving me something different. And on both those occasions, both in May and July, I told my gang, let's short the stock market now, because my PT2 chart indicated a sell-off was coming in. And we did. And we had a wonderful ride all the way down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we read in the paper or we hear on radio or TV how the market is rigged. So what? It's rigged to go up, not to go down. You know this market hasn't pulled back 10%, not 10% since 2011, and you're not in this market? You want the market to be rigged. All you got to know is when to get out before it blows up. That's why you become a gang member, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, on May 29th, I warned that a stock market crash was coming. I also warned in July. Both times, I was watching my technology, my PT2 chart, and it turned from green to red. Both in May and July, we had substantial warnings. We saw the industrials fall. We saw that the market, the Chinese market was falling, was getting worse. Oil was falling. Copper was falling. Everything was falling. But again, CNBC was telling you, hey, things are cheap. Diversify. Everything's wonderful. But my chart was giving me something different. And on both those occasions, both in May and July, I told my gang, let's short the stock market now, because my PT2 chart indicated a sell-off was coming in. And we did. And we had a wonderful ride all the way down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, it used to be, hey, what's that hot stock? There's no hot stocks anymore. You know what it's all about now? It's identifying when to get in the market, when to get out. And why? Because the market is rigged. It's rigged to go up. There's nothing better. It's rigged to go up. It's called quantitative easing. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Have fun with us in a rigged market.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay, so everybody's talking about what's going on with all this terrorism, and everybody's afraid it's going to hit New York next. They're talking about New York. So we got to worry about all that. There's no question. But it is not hurting the stock market. That's what's amazing. The market is so detached. Even though we can worry about it, but it doesn't hurt the market. Yesterday we had a 200-point run Monday, right after the tragedy on the weekend. You would think we'd be down 500 points. But because they hit the oil refiners and so forth, that oil started to go up. As I said, 5 years ago, we would have been down 500 points, but that's not happening. The stock market is so detached, it's incredible. It's just so detached. And so you can make money with the market. As long as you're using a chart, you can make money. And that's why I keep telling you, join my gang. I mean, we're going to look at some stocks a little bit later. A couple of our stocks. We trade and invest in 5 stocks. That's it. And just with IBM going down, we have over a 10% return. We have an oil stock, oil service stock, Schlumberger, got about a 20% return there. We'll cut it in half, 10%, because you won't believe the 20, so we'll say 20%. And it's so simple, just by following a chart, following the money. We don't have to know that much about the stocks. But what's really going on and what's really upsetting is I'm tired of hearing about how, and we didn't have much time to cover this yesterday, I'm tired of hearing about how we have this great housing recovery. No, we don't. It's a bold-faced lie. And the way they do the numbers is amazing. I mean, how they cheat on, we know they cheat on everything, but how they cheat on these numbers to show that there's this big housing boom, I mean, it just makes you sick. You just go look at the foreclosures, what they leave out. They're telling us that the foreclosures, if you listen to the media and you listen to what they're showing for data, and they're showing their delinquencies, and they show that our delinquency since 2010 has fallen from 8.6% to 3.9%. But then you go to the banks and start looking at the banks, go through their statements, and they're showing delinquencies of 13.8%, 13.3%, 12.9%. That's a big difference than 3.9%. So what we're getting from the media, what we're getting from CNBC, there's a lie. Because they always want to make things look better than they are. And I guess it's just that Obama was so frantic to create an appearance of a housing recovery. He runs to Larry Summers. He runs to Bob Roop. What do? We got to come up with some idea. We gotta show that we have this housing recovery when there isn't one. They came up with a genius idea. So Rubin and Summers and Obama, they get together with three big Wall Street cronies, three of his biggest money bundlers, and they came up with an idea of this rental scam. Rental scam. So Obama would arrange loans from Freddie Mac, who you and I bailed out $170 billion. So now these guys are billionaires. Why are we loaning them money? Is it beyond me? So, but anyways, Obama arranges cheap loans from Freddie Mac to three billionaires, his cronies, $18 billion, where they're going to pay interest of just 1.5%. And it gets worse. We're on the hook if it blows up, not them. Not them. So they get the $18 billion, and they go out and buy from the banks hundreds of thousands of homes that are foreclosed, all on their balance sheet. And I said, this is a good idea. We can clean up all the bad loans the banks have. We'll shift them to our three guys. We'll give them cheap money, and the bank's balance sheet's cleaned up. Now the banking syndicate can loan the bank more money to keep them propped up. We'll keep the five largest banks propped up, and we'll shift all those houses over to my boys. And what we'll do is we'll give them this cheap money, 1.5%, and they can go do a rental scam. And the real part of the rental scam is it makes it appear that we've had this housing boom, that the houses went up 30%, when they didn't actually go up 30%. The houses that they all bought, yes, of course, if you buy thousands and thousands of homes in bulk and you buy them all at once, of course the price is going to look like it went up 30%. But there's no homes left to sell. So it's really fake. There isn't any homes. I'm talking about median price homes. They've been all purchased. Now, of course, people live in median price homes, but they're not on the market. They're not available. So they create this illusion that home prices went up 30%. And they create the illusion that we had this big, massive housing recovery. Conventional homes were being sold. Conventional buyers, families were coming and buying these homes. When it had nothing to do with families or single-family homes, it was all these single-family homes that were taken from foreclosure. And these guys, these three billionaires, get this cheap money, and they pull off one of the biggest scams, this rental scam. But the worst thing is you and I are on the hook. You and I are on the hook. Now, the three guys, the money bundlers, are Barry Scheinoff, he's with Starwood Capital Group, Steve Schwartzman, Blackstone Group, and John Garwitz, Lone Star Fund. Now, these are the three biggest hedge funds that went in, got $18 billion, 1.5% interest to buy all the foreclosed homes from these banks, and they have no liability. You and I get all the liability. And then they create this illusion that we have this great housing recovery when we don't have. And I'm going to prove it when we get back. This is nothing but a scam. It is now 28 past the hour. When we get back, we'll take a look at some stocks. Join my gang, Phil's gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com, Phil's Gang Radio Show. You know, we just went through a 1,900-point stock market drop, fastest drop ever in 2 days. Most of you panicked. At Phil's Gang, we didn't look at it as a crash. We looked at it as an opportunity because we were short. Why? Because I was able to teach my students how to read a chart, so in advance, they would know that the market was going to go down. It's all about learning. It's always amazed me, our whole life, someone teaches us to play baseball, someone teaches us to ski, someone teaches us how to drive a car. but there's nobody there to teach you how to invest in a stock. And that's where I come. I think I have the best teaching format in the country. Check it out. It's philsgang.com. So you'll be so comfortable. You don't care if the market's going down or the market's going up. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Middle class economics works.
Works? Where? Show me where it works. You tell us the unemployment rate is 5.1%, and you only get to 5.1% by making sure people don't have a job. Think of August. August, the unemployment rate went down to 5.1% because 200,000 people couldn't find a job. If they found a job, our unemployment rate would be at 10%. Isn't this amazing? Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Aren't you sick of this stuff? Aren't you sick of these politicians? They keep lying to us. You know, Wall Street does too. And how many times have you said, boy, I hate Wall Street. I hate the stock market. But that's the best place in the world to make money. But you need a lesson. You need a lesson on how to invest. That's where I come in. Join my gang, philsgang.com. It's the best teaching format in the country when you want to learn how to invest in stocks. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
From the perspective of the U.S. economy, I think we've seen continuing signs of strength.
Continuing signs of strength? What are you, nuts? Household spending dropped to its lowest level since 2008. Retail sales dropped to its lowest level in 9 years. Wages to its lowest level in 30 years. Disposable income to its lowest level in 40 years. Home ownership to its lowest level in 30 years. What's he talking about? That's Jack Lew, our Treasury Secretary. We can't trust anything that comes out of Washington or Wall Street. And that's why I want you to join Phil's Gang. My name is Phil Grande of philsgang.com. Well, the reason you stay away from the stock market because you're fearful, because no one has taught you how to invest. You go to school to learn how to do math. You go to school to learn how to drive. Why don't you go to school to learn how to invest using charts? Join my gang, philsgang.com, the best teaching format in the country when it comes to stocks.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. I'm here to help you. I'm tired, and you should be tired, of listening to these financial shows like CNBC where they're all geniuses and they're always wrong. Look, stop worrying about the price to book and the price to sales and all the stuff they tell you you think you need to know. You don't need to know any of that. Anybody can make money in the stock market using charts. It's about money flow. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
Saber que el tratamiento es completamente gratis nos quita una preocupación de encima.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of. We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of philsgang.com. You know, many people left the stock market after the crash, and here's why.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
And that's still going on. That's your planner. They don't represent you. They represent themselves, your money manager. But you have to make a change. You can't change them. You make the change. Join my gang, philsgang.com, so that we can take care of you. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Listen to Phil Grande and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. we'll continue with the big scam. Is there a housing recovery or is there not? Well, there isn't. We've been lied to. The lie. It's amazing. I remember that every day they would come out and tell us we've been hit by this crash. And it's the housing market, the banking sector. This big crash. And we got to pull it out. We got to pull out all stops to prevent the economy from collapsing, going into a new depression. And we're going to do that by lowering rates. Rock bottom will get everybody buying houses again. They'll buy everything. But nobody had any money left to buy anything. And they had no houses. The people's homes were taken from them, 10 million of them. The ones that stayed in their home was upside down. They lost their jobs. And then most of the jobs, when Obama took over, turned from full-time jobs to part-time jobs, so they didn't have even money to buy a house. You couldn't put down a down payment. And the FHA is always billed as they're going to help the nice young married couple who just got out of college with student loans or are struggling, don't have a down payment. We're here to help you, which is a total lie. The FHA is a politically motivated organization that was designed to go target a brand new, or not a brand new, but go target one of the largest groups or constituencies in America, the deadbeat, to buy votes from the deadbeat. If anyone tells you that FHA is there to help the nice young couple who just graduated from college, they just got a job, they want to put a family together, and they need help with a house, and because they have no down payment, they haven't had credit for a long time, we're here to help that nice young couple. That's a bunch of nonsense. They won't get a loan. The deadbeats get the loan. The other part of the scam is let's create an illusion, an appearance of a housing recovery. We'll go and I'll take three of my best buddies, Barry Schmidt from Starwood Capital Group, Schwartzman from Blackstone, and Growski, I guess his name is, from Lone Star. We'll loan them all kinds of money. We'll loan them $18 billion, 1.5%. They go buy all the loans. It'll serve two purposes. We get the loans off the balance sheets of the banks so that the syndicate, the banking syndicate, can keep propping up with new money. And then we give these houses, penny on the dollars. We'll sell these houses to my three buddies because I need them. They're my money bundlers. I'm going to need them for my reelection. So I'm going to help them out, and I'm going to make a fortune for them. But the key is to get everybody to believe that the housing is really taking off, when all we've done is moved housing up 30%, but there's no houses available. Will make people think they were all conventional buying. And my God, buyers. And if you go and you look in 2013, you couldn't pick up a newspaper. You couldn't turn around without hearing on the radio or what a wonderful housing recovery. All lies. Values up 30%. Now that'd be different if there were conventional buyers and you went out that weekend and you had 20 houses to choose from and the prices were up 30%. Then I'd buy into that. But when you go out, there's no houses available. The 30% is a fraud. And when you go to buy, you can't buy because you don't have 20 or 30% down. Because you got a nice job. You're working hard, so you don't get the deal. But if you're a deadbeat, we'll finance you because we want your vote. So if you never pay your credit cards on time, you never pay your car payment on time, you don't have a house, you lost your house, we'll refinance you and we'll give you an FHA loan because we want your vote. How screwed up is this? Everything's upside down. It's just like the market right now. It's unbelievable. Stay in the market. Get back into the stock market. They can't bring this market down until they raise rates. Listen to this about the dollar. Listen to this.
Oh, it's a huge headwind, and the Federal Reserve is caught between that dollar getting stronger and raising interest rates. Because the moment they raise the rates, the dollar's going to go through the roof, which, by the way, is my projection of an extremely strong dollar, which is going to hurt a lot of these multinational companies.
Right. It's what I've been saying. Every day, as long as they keep money at zero, to bail out these companies, they keep on making sure the dollar gets stronger and stronger. And if they raise rates next month, the dollar's going to even get stronger. And all the multinational companies, the S&P 500 companies, their earnings are dropping like a flying crowbar. But they immediately fund them with money to buy their own shares back to push their stocks back up so the stocks keep making new highs. All fake. But the day that you stop, the day that you say, I'm going to raise rates, then they're no longer going to be providing free money to these companies to prop their earnings up by buying their own shares and get fake stock prices. So what happens then? The stock prices will drop. So what we do here at Phil's Gang, we're going to take advantage every day that when the market pulls back, we're going to go back in and buy. We're going to keep following the big guys. That's what they're doing. And the day that they raise rates, we'll be in position to make money when the market collapses. But see, here's when they're going to bring in QE4. Instead of letting the market collapse, they may let it start collapsing, but they're going to immediately come in. They're going to have to. There's no choice, because if you start raising rates, then you can't fund all these S&P 500 companies to buy their shares to push their stocks back up, because they got killed with a strong dollar. They can't compete, and they can't sell stuff. So their top line sale goes down, their earnings go down, their stock prices go down. But if you take away that zero money from them, what's going to happen? The stock prices will drop. So here's what they're going to do at QE4. QE4, they come back in. What do? The government prints out, they print all the money. The syndicators print out, the bank syndicate prints all this money. Then they rush in and they buy all the 10-year treasuries, which right now foreigners love, because a foreigner can come over here. If you lived in Europe or anywhere else, the dollar's killing the euro. The first thing you do is come over here and you exchange your dollars, your euros for dollars, so the dollar gets strong again, killing the S&P 500 again. And then what you do, and what they'll do is they'll print this money, and the Fed or the government go in and buy all the 10-year treasuries, so that no longer will it be attractive. No longer can you get for 10 years, if you're from France, you're from Germany, you're from Japan, you're from China, 10 years, 2.3% is unbelievable. They love it. They buy it all day. Well, they're going to say, we got to get rid of that. Because if we're not going to give zero interest rates anymore to the companies to buy their own shares to push their stock up, we certainly don't want their stock going down 20, 30%, creating a crash. We'll put in QE4. We'll print the money, go buy all the bonds, which will drop down the yields from 2.3 down to 1%, make them so unattractive that China and France and Germany and the other countries will not buy the 10-year treasury. They'll shift all their money into the stock market and push stocks all the way back up again. So we don't have to worry anymore. We don't have to provide 0% money to the banks to buy their own shares back. I mean, we don't have to provide money to the corporations, the S&P 500 companies, to buy their own shares back, to push their stock prices up because their revenues are down. All we got to do is stop everybody buying bonds, make them so unattractive. So get the old printing machine out there, and we'll buy all those bonds. The yields will drop from 2.3 down to 1%. Bang! China immediately buying stocks. Germany buying our stocks. France buying our stocks. Saudis buying our stocks, and bam, our stocks go up again, another 160%, while companies aren't making any money. And that's what's going on. Companies don't need to make money anymore. That's why are you out of the stock market? You really think companies have to make money for the stock to go up? Where have you been in the last 7 years? Companies' earnings are going down. The stock price is going up 5 times faster than their earnings, 5 times faster than their sales. They don't have to sell anything anymore. Look. All you have to do is you join my gang. And I hate this part of the show. I really hate this when I have to do this. But if you just follow me, what I'm telling you is the truth. Take Schlumberger. We caught Schlumberger when the institutions were pulling their money out. It went down 20%, say 10%. Then we caught it again when it turned green and went up 10%, say it was 5%. That's all you have to do. You don't buy stocks based on fundamentals. Follow the money. Join my gang. Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. There is only one talk show host, Phil Grande, who delivers both social and financial talk. Not even Hannity or Rush can deliver a 1-2 punch like that. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. Phil Grande is unique, the industry leader, the first talk show host ever to combine social issues and finance into winning stock market ideas. That's Phil Grande, philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, this last 1,900-point drop in the stock market scared everybody. They called it a crash. But here at Phil's Gang, we call it an opportunity. Why? Because I taught my students how to read a chart. And here's the problem in this industry. You go somewhere to learn how to drive a car, but you never go anywhere to learn how to invest in a stock. Well, you'll do that here at Phil's Gang. Join my gang. philsgang.com, the best teaching format in the country when it comes to stocks.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Middle-class economics works.
Works? Where? Show me where it works. You tell us the unemployment rate is 5.1%, and you only get to 5.1% by making sure people don't have a job. Think of August. August, the unemployment rate went down to 5.1% because 200,000 people couldn't find a job. If they found a job, our unemployment rate would be at 10%. Isn't this amazing? Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you sick of this stuff? Aren't you sick of these politicians? They keep lying to us. You know, Wall Street does too. And how many times have you said, boy, I hate Wall Street. I hate the stock market. But that's the best place in the world to make money. But you need a lesson. You need a lesson on how to invest. That's where I come in. Join my gang, philsgang.com. It's the best teaching format in the country when you want to learn how to invest in stocks. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. This segment is brought to you by philsgang.com.
And let me give you my number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. And as I say, it's the part of the show I hate when I have to promote that. But I'm promoting value. Look, I don't have all the answers, but where else are you going to make the kind of money you can in the stock market? The only difference is you got to figure out it'll hit you at some point. Just like earnings are all faked, okay? The stock market's faked. Everything's fake. The FHA loans are faked. Everything's fake. So what? I'll never get in my mind, why did everybody run away from the stock market when they fake it to go up? I'll never get that. So look, I developed 2 charts. And the one chart is so easy. It's a color-coded chart. It's set up to follow the institutional money. It's called PT2. It's so simple to follow. Join the gang and just follow me. Try it for a month. And I'm telling you the truth. Take Schlumberger. I'm looking at it right now. This is a stock, an oil service stock. When it turned red, it told us the institutions pulled their money out, which meant that there was a high probability it was going down. And it did, because it stayed red. Went down 25%. But I'm not going to tell you we made a 25% return. You won't believe it. So I'm going to cut that in half. Okay, I'm going to say 10%. How's that? 10% return. But here's the beautiful thing about it. Then when they put their money back in, we're there. And now it goes back up, and it went up 9%. I'm going to cut that to 4.5%. How's that? But here's my point. If I stay with you with the same 5 stocks, doesn't that make sense? The same 5 stocks every day. And I identify for you when money's going in and money's going out. The same 5 stocks. So easy. You don't have to know anything about the stocks. You just follow me every day. Everything's archived. It's so easy. You should get your kids to learn how to do it. Now, let me give you the number. 877-600-GANG. You can talk to Steve right now. He's not in the Philippines. He's right here in the office. Call, ask him about the program. It's $49.95. So easy, especially if you're busy. 5 stocks. Every day I stay on those 5 stocks. I know those 5 stocks more than anybody else. Every day, every night. Then I give you my knowledge and I'll tell you, okay, we're buying, we're selling. Then it's tied to our chart. It turns green and red. And it works. And at the end of the month, you're going to know. If this is all phony and I'm lying to you, making it up, you're not going to know. So what are you going to risk? $49.95? Come on. I think it's worth investing $49.95 in yourself before you put it in a stock market. Where are you going to get these kind of returns? Check it out. Okay. Again, when this deal about the housing recovery just drives me nuts. Because the housing recovery do not believe that it's happening. Because if you believe it's happening, you believe we have a good economy, and you're falling for it. We don't have a good economy. And that's why they're not going to raise rates. And that's why the scam will keep going on, the market will keep going up. But not to worry. If they do raise rates, then they're going to have to come in with QE4 to make sure the market goes up again. It'll happen. But the idea that a young person, this is what gets me about the FHA scam. They bill it as it's to help some young college graduate who just employed, newly married, wants to start a family, a first-time home buyer who has limited credit history and wants to help. And that's a total lie. If you thought the FHA was supposed to help a young, employed, first-time home buyer who have limited credit history, you are nuts. It doesn't happen. Especially when you have all-time low mortgage rates, for heaven's sakes, right now. And the amount of FHA loans were at 45%, they're down to 29%. Okay, we lack jobs. People don't get overtime anymore. I mean, it's really tough out there to get a loan. But they'll give you a loan if you're a deadbeat. They'll give you a loan if you're a deadbeat. The FHA and their politicians who are the overseers, Obama and his liberal Democrats like Maxine Waters, they are buying votes with FHA. They're not helping out the people they're supposed to help out. They're buying votes of the deadbeat. They give these people free phones, free food stamps, soon free college if Sanders gets in, becomes president. The constituents of deadbeats is huge. They're going after them. The average for an American getting a mortgage, their FICO score is 724, down from 750. You can get an FHA loan with a credit score now at 580. You only need 3.5% down. And they even got deals you don't have to put the 3.5% down. So think about it. If you're making $85,000, you and your wife, you're working hard, you want to buy a house, you got to put 20 or 30% down. Right. But if you're a deadbeat, they'll take you and you can just put 3.5% down, and they'll even loan you to 3.5% in some cases. It used to be the percentage of first-time home buyers under the FHA was up big time because they used to help people. They used to help that young person who just got married, out of college, wants to start a family. No more. So these low down payments, 3.5%, these mortgages have gone up 66%. 66% in 1 year to deadbeats. We bailed them out a year ago, $1.7 trillion. Today, right now, a year later, they're back in the hole, $25 billion. So frantic to create this appearance of a housing recovery, the first thing he does, Obama, is cuts a deal with his rich friends, the hedge funds, billionaires, give them money for a 1.5% to go buy all the houses to make it look like there's this big housing recovery, which there isn't. It's a big rental scam. Now FHA, so frantic, he wants to loan to every deadbeat, make sure they get all those votes. So they're there to convince anyone who can fog a mirror. That's what FHA is there for. If you can fog a mirror, then you better get in the housing market right now before it's too late. That's what they're pushing. And it's up 66%. Are you nuts? And this rental scam that was created by Obama to make an appearance of a housing recovery, a conventional housing recovery, when it's all done, it's done nothing for us. It's a bonanza for his friends. You talk about crony capitalism. That's the worst kind of crony capitalism, but it's done nothing for us. It won't generate a single new unit of housing, nor will it provide a single dollar of incremental rent relief, which we need, to any low or moderate income tenant. It's not going to do any of that, because the purpose of these loans to his three buddies, to his cronies, was not to fund new construction or rent housing or to incentivize owners to convert existing apartment buildings to affordable housing. The sole purpose for these scams was to create an appearance of a fake housing recovery. That was it. And it's worked. And to triple the share price of these stocks, of Starwood Capital, BlackRock, and Lone Star. They've tripled the value of these shares. Tripled the value. And that's why, again, if you're in the stock market, all you look for is this stock. Is these guys, the big boys, are they buying Starwood? Are they buying Blackstone? And you put it up on the chart, and it turns from red to green. I tell you, let's buy it. And then we follow it. But the key is to stay with your same 5 stocks. Because when you stay with those same 5 stocks, you know those stocks so well. You know how they act. You know exactly what happens when they start going down. You know what they do, how they react when they start going up. You know them. You do. The market right now is relying on these low rates. That's what the market's relying on, to continue to keep providing money for these companies. But don't worry. If they raise rates, they're going to do QE4, and that's going to raise the market even higher. Join my gang. Try it for 1 month. philsgang.com. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to